What's up guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star series, and this is Cooler Final Form. Looks pretty cool. Here's the side right here. In the back you have all these figures. Let's open them up. Alright, so here is Cooler out of the box. Now I have to say straight up, I always loved Cooler. I'm a bigger fan of Cooler than I was of Frieza. Just growing up, he seemed a lot cooler in my opinion. Like Frieza was just like a prima donna, like really, you know, like, not like bitchy, but he definitely was. Like, if you, I grew up watching the anime version, so when you heard like Cooler talk, he sounded awesome. He sounded cool. So definitely liked him a lot more growing up. But here he is, final form. Actually, if you watch Dragon Ball Heroes, he does have a golden Cooler form, but that's whatever. But coming out of the box, he does have one accessory, which is the pair of hands. Right here, so he has open hands right here, he has two fists right there, so you can change them out if you feel like doing that. But as a figure himself, it is really nice looking. I like how it looks. We get into all the details right now. Alright, I know he's pretty white, so the white background might be hard to see, but his head sculpt is crazy. Look at that head sculpt. Four pointy fins, you want to call that, horns out of his head right there. Looks really nice. This part right here is a little bit shiny purple. Right there looks pretty cool, and the eyes are red. I love, I guess, his outfit or his exoskeleton. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a nice shoulder pad going high up right here, which is pretty nice. Nice texture too. There's a little bit of texture on the edges right here, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Going to the back, you have more spikes on the back. Looks really nice. And his tail is pretty interesting actually. I like the construction because it's a nice hinge peg right here. It's in a peg, but it has a hinge joint, and it rotates pretty nicely. And it comes in one swivel right here, so two parts. And it actually feels pretty sturdy, which is good. Going to the rest of the body, here's his forearms, a little bit more design right there, and then his feet. You know, he's a pretty plain looking guy actually. Now I'm looking at him. But he's definitely a tall, very intimidating person. Alright, so that's comparison time. So here he is of some Dragon Star figures right here. We have Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. And he has a nice size to him, so he's definitely bigger than both of them right there. Alright, next up right here we have some SH Figure Arts figures and Goku and Vegeta, which are smaller figures compared to their Stars counterparts. So this Cooler figure fits right in, being a lot bigger, more menacing looking. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, for another size comparison, we have the SH Figure Arts Piccolo right here, and we also have Golden Frieza down there, his little brother, right? Yeah. Over here we have the Dragon Stars Jiren right there, from the same line, so you can see how they match up as well. Alright, for articulation right now, let's get into that really quickly. He does have a ball jointed head, it looks like, and the neck base right there is on a ball joint, so you do have some movement right there. It does go down a little bit, which is nice. It doesn't go up at all, really, and left and right, you do have that, and it kind of pivots a little bit, so that's pretty good for the head joint. For the shoulders, they do seem to be on a ball joint inside there, if I can see right. Looks like there's a ball joint inside the body actually, but overall you do have a little bit of a rocker right there, so it's pretty nice. But other than that, the shoulders on hinge joints as well, they go all the way up about that much, which is pretty nice. He does have a bicep swivel, 2 points at the elbow, but it's kind of hindered a little bit from the massive arms of him, so it actually only goes up about that much, which kind of is, let me see this one. That one's a little better. So this one can rotate a little bit better on the two elbow joints, but this one is a little stuck, so I might have to heat that one up. And at the wrist joint right here, he has a hinge and a ball joint on them, so they go left and right, up and down, and rotate pretty standard. On the ab joint right here, it's on a ball joint. It doesn't go forward that much though, it goes back a little bit, which is pretty good. You can swivel left and right as well, pivot a little bit, but not quite there. So it's a little bit hindered right there for the ab articulation, but you do have a little bit of something at least. Going down to the hips right here, he does T-jointed hips on hinges right there, and they do come down so you get more movement, and they also on a ball joint at the hips, so you can bring it down, get more movement to bring his legs up, which is pretty nice. So all the way up at 90 degrees, which is pretty good. Split wise, fantastic right there. There is a swivel at the thigh, so you do have that, which is pretty nice. At the knee, he has 2 joints at the knee, which is pretty good too. You can get it about that much. Nice kneeing pose. And at the ankle right here, he does have a hinge joint and a ball joint, so you do have nice rotation on it. You can get his feet going all the way down right there and go up a little bit. But you do have to rotate it perfectly to get it aligned with the hinge. So you do have to kind of mess around with that a little bit, but it is there, which is pretty nice. And let's not forget about his tail right here, which is on a hinge joint and also on a swivel. So it goes left and right, which is pretty nice. Goes up and down, which is pretty good too. It rotates pretty nicely actually. And also over here there is a swivel, so you can move it around even more. Sorry, actually I want to point out that the little white tip at the end of his tail actually is on a swivel too, so it doesn't rotate left, around, which is pretty cool. And you look at this tail, it can rotate all the way around up against the front of his body. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so overall articulation is pretty good. I think you'd be pretty satisfied at least. It's pretty decent overall for a Dragon Stars line of figures. I think the hips are a lot better also, and the arms are pretty good too. But overall, it's a pretty good figure. I'm actually really happy to finally have a cooler figure in my collection. I don't know if SH Figuarts will ever do that, but this is why I love Dragon Stars so much, because it gives us all these figures that we won't get or we'll have to wait from SH Figuarts without spending an arm and a leg on them. Only 19 bucks. I'm happy, I don't have to spend 60 bucks on this guy. And as a display piece, having faced off with Goku, I think he's really good. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. And that's about it. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. Do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!